Brave warriors! We're pleased to present a new global Gods and Glory update. Today we are going to familiarize you with all the changes and we hope that you like them. For the long time, there was a demand of changes from nymphs, and it's finally here. However, adjustments for nymphs have also led to changes in such units as LYCANS and Dream Fairies. So what's new for these units? From now on, nymphs and Dream Fairies owners can see an increase in health, attack and bows in physical and magical defense. In turn, nymphs have also got a decreased speed. Moreover, the skills of these units have been changed too. The chance of skill activation for nymphs and Dream Fairies is 40% on the first level of ability and 70% on its highest level. LYCANS will have some minor changes too. All owners of this unit can enjoy increased attack on all levels of its ability. Spheres of summoning are one of the key ways to obtain new units. From now on, it's even more convenient to use them thanks to your active participation in polls on our game pages. Now let's take a closer look at the revamped sphere mechanics. First of all, you can now see what units can be obtained from the sphere if you press and hold the icon of the sphere in the bank menu or in the store. Just like before, only units of the god that you have summoned can be obtained from the spheres. If you've summoned one of the lesser gods, you will only receive units of the lesser gods, while the epic spheres will drop a random epic unit of an elder god. For example, Neptune, Destroyer or Minotaur. The second important change is that the level of the units that you summoned from spheres cannot be lower than that of the units that you have. If you haven't summoned any gods, you will receive 0-level units of a random lesser god. If you have researched some of the gods' technologies, but do not have any gods at the moment, you will receive units that match the level of your research at the university. After your numerous requests, we've introduced some changes to the alliance capitals whose territories interfere with each other. To make the role of alliance capitals more prominent and increase their value, new rules are implemented. If 4 or more squares of alliance capitals' territories of several alliances interfere with each other, the alliance capital with the lowest number of influence points will be destroyed after 24 hours. If several capitals have the same number of points, both alliances will receive a warning that their capitals will be destroyed. There are 2 ways to avoid the destruction of the capital. The first is to increase the number of influence points by upgrading the watchtower. After that, the destruction timer is reset and is launched for the second alliance that have fewer influence points. The second way to avoid destruction is to teleport the capital to another place on the map. As soon as capital territories stop interfering with each other, the destruction timer is deactivated. Of course, you need to keep in mind that after the capital is destroyed, the alliance needs to invest resources into building a new capital. At the same time, the level of the alliance will remain unchanged. If your alliance wants to establish the capital next to the territory of another alliance, you need to make sure that the radius of your alliance capital with all players within it doesn't interfere with another alliance's capital. Both territories can expand and start interfering with each other, and you need to remember that all cities from contested lands will be teleported to the territory of the alliance capital within 36 hours. The multipliers that apply to the port rating points were changed depending on the level of this building. You can see what's been changed in the port upgrade menu. If the duration of a statue can be extended with celestial ether, an exclamation mark will appear above the statue. When a hero or general is in the city, you can insert gems into their equipment without taking it off. However, if you enchant or enhance the equipment they're wearing, it will be taken off automatically. When the Divine Shield is activated, Valor is no longer accumulated. When the effect of the Divine Shield disappears, Valor can be accumulated again. The green icon above the Edicts section now shows when no edicts are issued and you have edicts that can be issued. When a disguise is used at a treasure site, your opponent won't see the number of instruments you have excavated or the number of instruments remaining at the site. The ability descriptions of some of the generals now contain the exact amount of damage that you can deal with these abilities. At the same time, the mechanics of these abilities haven't been changed. Damage values have been added for the Wildfire ability of Keeper of the Deadfire, Ghost Wolves of Wolf Guard, and Righteous Ones, Pillars of Light. Moral penalty was increased for mixed armies. From now on, it's -100 for mixing armies of 2 gods, -110 for mixing troops of 3 gods, -190 for mixing units from 4 gods, and -270 for mixing 5 gods. Please note the minor change. Celestial crystals can now be transferred only when your hero has level 40 or above, instead of level 30 before. Some of the enchanted items now have different recipes for enchantment. Now they are similar to the recipes of enchantment for the same items without enchantment. The recipes were changed for Wand of Lightning, Savage's Yataghan, Boots of Flames, Captain's Boots, Boots of the Sun, Angel Knight's Shin Guards, and Black Knight's Shin Guards. That's it for today. We wish you luck on the battlefield. Hit like and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for new videos.